What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today I want to make a video talking about the recent leak surrounding Rainbow Six Quarantine. Now, if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, Rainbow Six Quarantine is Ubisoft's attempt to make Outbreak its own standalone game, focusing on co-op and just, what Outbreak was a year ago. They want to make it into a game, which I'm all for. I did enjoy Outbreak to a big extent, but we got some leak images. I'm going to show you guys the details, what's going on, and what I think about it. Now, first things first, like, as stated, where the recipe for this is going to be co-op, replayability, and tension. If you guys seen the trailer, it's pretty intense, so I think that, that recipe right there within what we saw so far is definitely going to be there. Now, there's a few things like tactical and game loop we can't exactly see too well. There is seemingly a progression system, which I do like a lot, and I think one of the most satisfying and, comforting things is the loadouts of the guns. Ubisoft is not going to be, at least, shorting the content of what we know out, because it seems like they're gonna full on release the whole loadouts we have currently in the Rainbow Six Siege game, from the sausage shotgun to the MP5 to the LMGs, everything you see, we've seen them in Siege, so it looks like we're gonna get a good loadout option to choose from. Now, will these loadouts be tied to operators? We do not know yet. I would assume so, but in general, some content comforting stuff when it comes to loadouts and weapons should be pretty appealing. Now, going on to the next thing, which is probably one of my most interesting things, is operators. Now, not every operator in Siege is in this list so far. They could add new operators or existing operators already to these operators select, but I feel like Ubisoft is looking at what the gadgets for these players, these people can do for the co-op experience, and they're definitely putting them into the game at a collective rate. So we have an assault, recon, and support class, 3 different classes, and I do think they were talking about how they want this game to be a 3-person co-op. So if that's the case, they're really sticking to assault, recon, support. Now, are you going to be locked to these choices? Only time can tell. But in general, we see operators from Sledge to Doc to Gridlock to Tachanka to even Alibi, which is a little surprising. I don't know what Alibi can do in a co-op experience with zombie-ish things, especially, maybe even Jackal. But, there's the operators that are coming out, and, maybe there's different traits than there normally is that they can do that they can't do in Siege. Now, one thing I'm really intrigued by is seemingly the blueprint. Now, this is definitely one of the shadiest things in terms of maps and what we're gonna get. We have Play Go NYC, Liberty Island, Police Precinct, Monolith Hotel, SFO, Mission District Casino, Foundation Style, I don't know, TRC, Hospital, and 2 other maps. It's all intriguing stuff nonetheless, and it looks like we're gonna get, hopefully some good stuff at launch. Now, we don't know exactly if this blueprint is, staging what's gonna come to the game for, like, the next 6 months, but I'm very curious to see how these maps are going to work. What's kind of the objective, replayability, all these different things. Are they going to have like an RPG system like, maybe Destiny or The Division, stuff like that? Only time can tell on that stuff. Below that, we do see some cinematics that meaningly might be carrying over. I know there's 2 images I see that looks like it's carrying over from Outbreak, so this could be a sequel to Outbreak that those of Outbreak will have a good time looking at all this good stuff. Now, last of the pictures, besides gameplay loop missions and, kind of breaking down, collect, scan, defend, we got a few things of escort, hunts, dispatch, and sabotage. Map structure, I can't really read exactly what that is. We have kind of a full, detailed things of what's to come in terms of enemies to face. Now, a lot of these enemies look pretty badass. The territory picture looks pretty scary and intimidating. Now, some of these things you have certainly seen in Outbreak, which could disappoint some people, but again, I really don't care too much about that, because Outbreak, I guess, was just the testing circle for this style of game, and it worked out really well. But yeah, I mean, some of these guys look pretty cool. There's like the hunter, and that hunter looks pretty terrifying. I don't know if I'm zooming in. I don't know if I can zoom in because it might be pixelated. It's pretty pixelated for me. These are not high-res images. But again, this is looking very, very strong. And in general, despite my, frustrations with Ubisoft in terms of, launching a game properly, they certainly do support it. So I'm excited to see where this game goes. How is it received? What is the price tag on it? Because I don't know. I remember when I took the survey, they kind of mentioned, curiosity about maybe putting another sequel game, Rainbow Six game out there. We didn't know it was going to be Quarantine. We thought it was going to be Siege 2. But, you know, coming out with this, I think, you know, $40, $30 maybe a game will be very, very generous to the community of Rainbow Six people. And just, you know, a great option for people that are looking for a co-op experience game to play with friends. But in general, I mean, a lot of these leaks could just be nothing anymore. You know, the game's going to release, was going to be March, but they delayed it with Ubisoft delayed all its projects after, you know, the struggles of Breakpoint. You know, it released a lot of bugs and all the other stuff. So in general, I mean, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm excited to see what it does. Again, these are all leaks, so do take this with a grain of salt. For more Rainbow Six Siege Quarantine information and other, obviously, Rainbow Six Siege gameplay news and all that good stuff and gameplay videos, subscribe to the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are excited for Rainbow Six Quarantine. Definitely like this video. Subscribe for more content from me. Until next time, guys, hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.